Welcome in to the Crypto Bunker podcast. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite investments, and that would be physical silver. So it's a little bit different. I'm not going to be talking about crypto necessarily today. We are going to be talking about a few different things related to silver, such as Fed monetary policy. As you can see, the amount that they've printed, this is a little bit longer of a chart. Usually they only show, excuse me, from 2000 to 2021, but this is a longer dated chart. So it really shows you that we're on a parabolic run here of money printing, pretty unsustainable. Next, I wanted to look at the silver chart, and I wanted to actually compare it to the Ethereum chart, which I think is really interesting. If you look at silver, I've always sort of been comparing them, and silver has yet to take off. But if you look at it, you can see the Ethereum chart had this blow off top, bam, 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 and then sort of the same, bam, bam. It's eerily similar, even though even more down here than it is anywhere else, which I think is really interesting. And even this part right here, where we're climbing our way back up, that's pretty much right where we're at right now. So where ETH was around like 400, um, you know, is right sort of where we're at with silver. You can see it has this little thing here. We go up. It's the same thing, little thing here, little thing here. We go up. We chop sideways. And, what's next for silver? Well, I personally believe, that we're at least going to go to this old all-time high, but probably much higher as we look at Ethereum. Ethereum outdid its all-time high by maybe 3 times. And, where did it go from here? Well, it went straight up. um, so this is kind of what I see for silver. I mean, as I said, we're like right here. So we would be looking at about a 10x for silver if we did exactly what Ethereum did. Now, that's realistic to me. I mean, my target for silver within the next now silver's a little bit slower moving. So if you look at it on sort of a longer time frame than ETH, obviously ETH did this blow off top very quickly from there, and it 10x'd about from that where we were looking at. Very quickly. I mean, it was within 6 months. With silver, I don't see it being a 6 month play. I see it being sort of a 6 year play, actually. And so, yeah, usually bull markets for gold and silver are, about 10 years long. If you look at sort of the 1971 to 1980 blow off, and then you look at the 2000 to, about 2000 to 2011, that's like 11 years. And so this one could easily be 10 years. So I'm looking at, if we're looking at like down here, somewhere for the bottom, maybe here, 2016. So, I think within the next 5 years, 5 to 6 years, we could see silver at about $260. I mean, if we 10x from here, that's what we would do. This is also a massive cup and handle. So I don't know if I can show, I guess I can do the monthly here. Yeah, so check it out. We got the massive cup. We have the handle because we don't go as low as the bottom of the cup. And usually cup and handles, we're right at that part where we kind of start to go up. it's going to be a volatile ride. I mean, look at this, like to get up to these levels, if we're like, if we're down here right now, if say we're like right around here right now in this cycle, um, we kind of chop sideways, we go up, we go down, we go sideways, up, way down. And then we probably come back and like touch these levels. Like we'll probably go up to um, 50 or 60 or something. We'll come back down, touch these levels, and then we'll chop up, and then we'll probably just explode up. But that's over, many years. I mean, if we're right here for that for this cycle, and it's 2004, it took 7 more years. So again, a lot of confluence with what I'm thinking is 5 to 7 years about from now. So 2026, 2027 is probably when we're looking at a blow off top around $200 to $250. Um, Obviously, this person tweeted about this earlier today. This cup and handle is massive. He calls it the mother of all probable cup and handles. But a lot of these people in the market, I think, are looking a little bit too short term at all this. And so, like I said, I think it's like more of a longer term play. But there's a lot of people who have been stacking silver, and there's other reasons to invest in silver. Um, it's the best conductor of electricity. Some people think copper is the best, but actually, I would say that silver is the best. Um, there's big producers of EV cars like Tesla. As you can see, a lot of these big brands are moving um, towards EV cars. There's really 25 to 50 grams per vehicle that's needed per car. Um, Producers of solar panels as well. Solar panels use silver and need silver. So we're trying to move towards this green energy initiative where we're using less emissions and fossil fuels. We're going to need a lot of silver to do that. And solar panels, about 0.64 ounces used per solar panel. And again, silver is a limited commodity. You obviously have to mine it out of the ground. It's not like you can't just print it like they print, the money. Um, it's something that is used in that way for, over half of the supply of silver is used for industrial demand for things like solar panels, like EV cars. Nuclear energy uses silver as well. Windmills use silver. We have TVs, computers, cell phones. They all use silver. Also, physical silver is used as an antibacterial agent. So it's used in hospitals with tools that they use for surgeries, as well as even some hospitals are starting to look into using it on surfaces. So I think the more that you can use silver, the more chance that you're not going to be spreading viruses around, which is what we want. Um, and so another thing, basically, um, industrial use is likely to, increase. Solar panels specifically expected to triple by 2030. We see China and India moving, very fast towards solar panels. We see companies like Amazon and Google trying to become more green, and they're moving towards solar panel use as well. Um, so there's a lot of use with solar panels. We even see some Bitcoin mining that is being done with solar panels. Um, so basically, what we're looking at is, Joe Biden moving towards, something. He's trying to do infrastructure with solar panels, with green energy. Again, this is going to take a lot of silver. Um, this is just an article from goldsilver.com. They do a great job of explaining a lot of this. Um, Yeah, Silver Institute predicts that metal demand for the auto industry will increase so much that within the next 4 years, silver will become the second largest source of industrial use. Um, there's also the charging stations needed for the vehicles themselves, which also use silver. Um, Again, I talked about solar, obviously. Um, you know, it looks like the 98 million ounces have been used this year alone. This is over half of Mexico's annual silver output, and they are the largest silver producing country in the world. So that's pretty crazy. As we see, renewables are expected to increase a whopping 4.5 times their current levels by 2030. Solar panels and wind turbines will require 3 times more silver than what is used today. Nuclear power plants, obviously, we talked about 56,000 ounces of silver being used per year on those. Um, you know, basically, the IMF hopes that they can coordinate a plan to go towards green infrastructure. And then we have monetary demand as well, right? So, you know, monetary stimulus, fiscal spending. Basically, these are just, you know, dollars that will be printed. Like we looked at before, the chart for the money printing goes straight up. Obviously, they can create this money digitally or however they are going to do it in the future. This is going to put even more of I think, a demand on physical items for people to own themselves, and that can't be debased. Obviously, you know, if we look at the silver price, it definitely is one of the only commodities right now that is 50% of its all-time high. Um, you know, most commodities have outdone, you know, even the 1980 high. Makes no sense, right? Because, you know, we look at this as the amount of debt that we're holding as a country, and we can see, um, you know, there's obviously a lot to take in here. See if I can look at the silver. Yeah, here it is. See if I can um, show you guys that. Yeah. So basically, if we're looking at this, paper to silver ratio, 186 units to 1 ounce, I believe is what that is. But if we just look at dollar to, oh, so see, it's dollar to silver ratio. So really, if silver was properly priced, it's crazy, right? Should be 3,800 per ounce according to the debt clock website, and the gold should be 27,000 per ounce. And the reason that they're not is basically they're suppressed. Um, they um, they're suppressed by some banks that basically just knock the price down every time that it goes up with paper silver derivatives, and so we just have to kind of know what we're dealing with the banks and kind of just take advantage of it. Um, and you know, take advantage of the way that they knock it down. I mean, I want to show you guys a couple of these. See if you can see these. So yeah, this is a Morgan silver dollar, but it's actually made by Sunshine Mint. So that's pretty sweet. Got this. You can see this is made by Monarch Precious Metals. It's just a poured bar. And we have the 2020 Silver Eagle. So those are just a couple examples. I actually have like an old quarter. If you have any quarters, nickels, dimes, I think it's pre 1965. Those are silver, 90% silver as well. Um, and I also wanted to show you guys something as well. So basically, just how do you buy silver? You know, some people might not know, they might not understand how you do it. You can go to jmbullion.com. I use this. This is my go-to site. And right now, it's actually kind of difficult to find some of these silver eagles for good prices because the premium is really high. Because these are actually the last um, these 2020 and 2021s that they made are the last type of these type 1 American Silver Eagles. And so yeah, this is basically, some of the options you have here. See, this is what I bought. But as you can see, the price is more than the actual spot price. So it's like 30 bucks for the cheapest coins right now. And that's because because basically, like I said, the paper price is so manipulated that the physical demand right now is so high that it just outdoes the paper price, and basically the physical price has taken over and doesn't really even react to the paper price at this point. It got knocked down from like 28 to 25.5 recently, and the price really didn't even move. It's still at like 30, above 30 an ounce, and I've said since February 11th when they knocked the price down, when it was about to go above 30, I've said since then, and I think I've been correct, you will never see the price of a silver coin, physical silver coin, lower than $30 again. And we still have not seen that. As you can see, we're getting close, um, but we're still not there. So I would recommend, like, if you're just buying your first coins, maybe get the cheapest you can, which is the Buffalo. One of my favorites is the Sunshine Mint. These are really cool. Um, and the Buffalo, and then we have the Morgan that they made. Obviously, I mean, Silver Eagles are just I think too expensive right now. But if you wanted to do it, you can get a random year for 34. That's not too bad actually. For what basically, I could probably sell this 2020 I have for like 40 bucks or something. And then the Canadians are really cool as well. The Canadian Silver Maple Leaf, that's a staple as well. You can get these 10-ounce. That kind of gives you the best bang for your buck. These are really cool as well. But yeah, there's different coins from all different mints across the world. The Silver Philharmonic from Austria, got the Kangaroo from Australia. Um, I like the Britannias as well from England. We got the Silver Eagles from America, the Krugerrands from South Africa, and so those are your big mints, and then obviously the Silver Maple. Those are like the big five that you can buy from, and they give you the option to buy with crypto. You can buy with one thing I like to do. You can do a check and say, if you get paid in like 10 days, they give you 10 days to send it, and then you can actually switch it to an e-check. So if you're trying to get a good price and you don't have the money necessarily in your bank account, you can do a check and then switch it to e-check. Um, you know, within that time frame that they allow, which I think is like 10 days. So I did that recently with one of my orders. Right now, I'm just trying to scoop up the cheapest silver that I can, which right now is like 31 bucks. Um, so again, huge, massive cup and handle. We know it should be at least 50 based on money printing, based on industrial demand, based on physical silver shortages. Even the U.S. Mint right now has admitted that there's physical silver shortages. Um, and so, they're having trouble creating this new coin, which you know, which this 2021 pre-sale coin, I think, comes out in July. So they're having trouble sourcing silver for this new coin, which actually I don't really even like that much, and I think a lot of people don't like it, and that's why there's such high demand. You won't even see like here's a 2021's $41. That's insane. I bought those for maybe 33, 34 a couple months ago because I knew that this was kind of coming with the new um, with the new coins coming out and these being the last versions, as well as having a global silver shortage, according to the U.S. Mint, um, kind of knew that it was going to be dicey. Um, yeah, so this is actually probably your cheapest option. They give you a random one of these five for 30.87 if you're buying 1 to 19, which I assume most of you would be. Yeah, so silver is a little bit, I mean, people say, like, oh, gold's a relic. I think, like, I think there's a place for gold. If you look at like global demand for precious metals, it's like 1 to 2% in people's portfolios. It probably should be like 5% with all the money printing we're seeing. But silver, I think, is just better than gold in many different ways. Um, it obviously is used industrially, and gold really isn't. It's used minimally in an industry, when silver is needed for many different things with green energy. And it's also an investment. It's also money, just like gold. And um, so, yeah, again, I think silver is a great investment, and just wanted to, share some information with you guys. So hopefully you can take something away from this. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you can, and have a great day.